Hello friends, welcome to yet another fascinating video of Wisdom Zone. This is Shubro, and friends, I'm quite sure you have already guessed it from the thumbnail that today I have a very important video. In today's video, I am going to discuss IELTS speaking test and assessment criteria. So if you are preparing for IELTS, this video is just for you. So it is my earnest request to all of you, please watch this video carefully to learn all about IELTS speaking test and assessment criteria. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait. Immediately go ahead and subscribe to Wisdom Zone. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So friends, welcome back once again to this fascinating video on IELTS speaking test and assessment criteria. And as I have promised, in today's video, I'm going to discuss about IELTS speaking test and assessment criteria. So before I go ahead, let me quickly inform all of you that if you want to learn more about IELTS, please do not forget to check the links given in the description, because I have provided some more important videos on IELTS examination and IELTS preparation in the description. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video. So friends, let me inform you that after watching today's video, you will be able to understand the exact IELTS speaking test format and the assessment criteria, and you will get complete knowledge about IELTS speaking test. So without further ado, let's get started. So friends, at first let me tell you that speaking test format is same for academic and general. As you see on your screen, both academic and general, they have the same test format. So the questions are same and the pattern is same. And there are three parts of IELTS speaking test, and overall duration is 11 to 15 minutes, and it is conducted by a trained examiner. So up next, I'm gonna discuss all the three parts step by step. Let's get started with the first part. As you see on your screen, part 1, and the overall duration of this part is 4 to 5 minutes. So let me tell you, in this part the examiner and the candidate introduce themselves. Then the candidates need to answer general questions about their family, home, their job, education, their interests, and wide range of similar and familiar topics. So let me give you a brief idea about the questions you might get. So as you see on your screen, there are some questions given. Let me read out. Where is your hometown? So you can be asked about your hometown. You have to answer that precisely using the right vocabulary and fluently you have to answer. See the next question, what do you like about it? And you have to describe that properly. And the third is, what do you not like about it? That means what do you dislike about your hometown? So you have to answer that precisely. And another question, the last question is, how important is your hometown to you? So you can get these kind of questions in part 1 of IELTS speaking test. Up next, we are going to focus on the second part. As you see, part 2. This part is obviously very important because it tests your ability to talk about a topic, develop your ideas about a topic, and how you can use relevant vocabulary and grammar. So let me tell you, in this part the candidate is given a task card or a cue card with 3-4 prompts and is asked to talk on a particular topic. So you'll be given a task card, or that is also called a cue card, where you'll have 3-4 prompts and you'll be asked to talk on a particular topic. And here the candidate is given 1 minute to prepare, and one can make some notes if they want before speaking. So you have 1 minute to prepare. You can arrange your speech and make some notes, and after that you have to speak. So you have to utilize that 1 minute properly to arrange your thoughts and arrange your speech. After that, the examiner can ask 1 or 2 questions on the same topic. After you finish speaking, you may get some questions on the same topic. So again, let me tell you, the duration of this is 1 to 2 minutes. So let me show you one particular topic. So as you see on your screen, a cue card or task card with prompt. Let me read it out. Describe a gift you recently gave someone. You should say, first prompt is what the gift was. Then second prompt is whom you gave it to. Third prompt, how you felt about it. And the last prompt is why you chose this gift for this person. So you have to speak on this particular cue card and answer all the prompts properly and speak fluently and confidently, and you will get 1 minute to prepare. After that, you might get some basic follow-up questions. I have given 2 examples. You might get this question, was it valuable in terms of money? And the second question is, did she like it? So I'm quite sure you have understood what exactly is a cue card or task card, and as I have already mentioned, overall duration of this part is 1 to 2 minutes. So friends, up next we are going to focus on the third part and the last part of IELTS speaking test, which you see on your screen. Here the examiner and the candidate engage in a detailed discussion linked to the topic in part 2. So here you'll get some questions which are related to the topic in part 2, and you have to get involved in a very detailed discussion with the interviewer. Now I'll show you part 3, what kind of questions you might get. So I hope you remember in part 2 I have discussed a cue card or task card topic, that is, describe a gift you recently gave someone. Now I am going to discuss some important questions related to part 2 in part 3. As you see, the first question, what is the purpose of gift giving? So I'm quite sure you have understood that the theme is same and the questions are all related to gifts. So the second question is, how has gift giving changed since your childhood? That is another question. You have to answer this quite precisely. And the third question is, how important is gift giving in a relationship? So that also you have to discuss in details. And up next, the fourth question is, what is more important when it comes to giving a gift, cost or effort? So this is a very important question you might get in part 3. And the last question is, do you think that people have become more materialistic when it comes to giving gifts as compared to your grandparents' time? So I hope you understood. You get questions which are related to the topic in part 2, in part 3, and you have to elaborate and answer these questions properly using right vocabulary, and you have to use full range of sentence structures to get a good band. Overall duration of this particular part is 4 to 5 minutes. So that's all in a nutshell about the three parts of IELTS speaking test. So I'm quite sure you have understood, and I have also given some important questions you can practice. So the main purpose of speaking test is to assess whether the candidates can communicate effectively in English. That means the speaking test assesses whether candidates can communicate effectively in English. So friends, up next I am going to discuss the most important aspect of IELTS speaking test. I am going to discuss IELTS speaking assessment criteria. So there are primarily 4 assessment criteria. As you see on your screen, criterion. The first is fluency and coherence. The second is lexical resource. Third is grammatical range and accuracy. And the fourth criterion is pronunciation. And all of these criterions are equally weighted at 25 each. So that means you have to be good at all the 4 criteria. So you cannot just focus on fluency and coherence, or you cannot just focus only on lexical resource. You have to be good at all the 4 to do well in oral IELTS speaking test, because they are equally weighted, 25 each. And you must be willing to know more about these criteria. So let me go ahead and discuss these criteria step by step. As you see, the first one, fluency and coherence. So fluency and coherence, you need to speak fluently with only rare repetition or self-correction. And if there is any hesitation, it should be content related rather than to find words or grammar. So to get a good band 7 or 8 or 9, you need to speak fluently with rare repetition. You should not repeat, or there should be very less self-correction. Any hesitation can be content related, but that should not be just to find words or grammar. So you have to speak coherently with fully appropriate cohesive features, and you have to develop topics fully. So let me tell you in a nutshell that you have to try and be fluent. Coherence is a very important thing you have to focus. It means to speak clearly, consistently, and in a way that is easy to understand, and you should be logical also. Up next we are going to focus on the second criterion. As you see, that is lexical resource. So this is another criterion you have to focus. It means you need to use vocabulary with full flexibility. Lexical resource is all about vocabulary. To do well in speaking test, you have to be good at this. So that means you need to use vocabulary with full flexibility and precision in all topics, idiomatic language, naturally and accurately. You have to try and use idiomatic language naturally and accurately. You can use expressions, idioms, phrases, collocations to do well. So the third is grammatical range and accuracy. Here you need to focus on grammar, and you need to use a full range of structures naturally and appropriately, and you need to produce consistently accurate structures. Yeah, apart from some small mistakes or small grammatical errors, you have to try and be consistent. You have to produce consistently accurate sentence structures. So let me clarify one thing. Not only do you need to be accurate in grammatical use, but you need to use a variety of structures. That means you have to show a range, and that is assessed in grammatical range and accuracy. And the last criterion is pronunciation. I hope you know it's very important to pronounce clearly and precisely. So you need to use a full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtlety. And your pronunciation should be effortless to understand. That is quite important. So friends, I hope you understood all the four criteria on which you are judged. All these criteria are kept in mind and they're equally weighted. So you have to be good at all the four criteria that I have already discussed: fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. So friends, at last let me also clarify the scale. As you know that IELTS speaking is also assessed on a 9-band scale from 0 to 9, and the grading used for speaking sections are the same for IELTS academic and IELTS general training. So friends, I hope you understood. Today I gave you a very detailed explanation of IELTS speaking test and assessment criteria. After watching this video, I'm quite sure you'll know all about IELTS speaking test and assessment criteria, and that's going to help you to prepare for IELTS speaking test in a much better way. So please comment below. I'm quite sure you have liked this video like my other videos, and I'm also gonna come up with some more videos on IELTS speaking practice exercises. So please follow all the videos, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait, immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone to get many more videos on IELTS speaking test, writing test, reading test, and listening test. So stay tuned for further informative videos, friends, and do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Wisdom Zone.